I was considered myself one of Jehovah's Witnesses for, over 20 years. And through that time period, I believed in it. And, so I was sold on it, and, but, through those years, they kept changing, and every change was kind of harmful on us, our family, our thoughts. And in the preaching, they'll teach God's unchanging, but then the governing body, they call it, they'll keep changing it, when they see fit. So when it was like MySpace, they were so hard on that at different assemblies and stuff. And then they Facebook, boy, was they terrible on Facebook. They'd have somebody with a real lively talk, at our Kingdom Hall who would, if you want to be on Facebook, put your face in this book, holding up a Bible. Yeah, it got almost like that, somewhat. And then they were spying on people about that and everything, and goodness. So, anyhow, they keep on changing their mind. And then I remember, I'm witnessing at the doors, telling people, or we'd talk about holidays or all these other things. And I would use this kind of logic, like, if for God a day could be like 1,000 years, and so just a few days ago was something pagan and whatnot. They would also use a lollipop, sucker in the mud or dirt, and would you lick that, knowing where it's been? But now they're okay in different scenarios, changing the rules even more and more. They're letting them have beards, of course, mentioned that before. But it's funny, not really, but it's interesting seeing it from the outside in. And since, these Christian nationalists, the ones running the show are grifters, tied right in, kind of like the Trump effect. That's why they merged so well together and fornicated with the nations. Since they're that way, and the only, knowing that the teaching is so linked, so close, handled and worshipped differently with different control methods. But the ones at Bethel, the ones collecting massive amount of properties all over the world, the title holders of that are the true ones going to benefit when the grift is up. Because today's age brings on new information. And instead of having caps on my thinking so I don't go and displease Jehovah or whatever other Lord or God that I worshiped ahead of that, I'm using my mind with no belief. I'm using my mind with the belief and trust that what I know and feel and hear and see in my world is as good as it's going to get for me, and find out how it fits into the new information and reboot for today's new heavens and new earth. So I'm getting used to my new heavens and new earth and exploring it. Yeah, just like that. Anyways, have a good one.